Hey guys, Mustang here bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we just had an update in the news on JP for the celebration info for Golden Week. A lot of this is stuff that obviously we did know already thanks to the data download. I've already made a video going over the Golden Week data download where it shows us things like upcoming special events and some of the upcoming missions. We went over a lot of that stuff in that video, so do go check that out if you have not seen it. But this is now the official news update. This always comes to JP a little bit earlier because it's in JP time. I think it is the reset time now, right? So this is the thing that will appear in global, usually around sort of like midnight UK time. And this shows us the typical celebration info. So obviously it starts off with, it mentions the tickets for the 30 summon banner. Basically for logging in for the first time, you get 10 of the tickets. And then you can get obviously the rest of them with mission rewards and all that kind of stuff. We know about that, right? The 30 ticket summon banner. I mentioned it in the video yesterday as well. It's just a banner where you get like a 30 summon multi for free. Usually the featured units are just like banner units and stuff, so it's nothing too crazy, but you know, it's there for some free summons. It also mentions specifically that new serious battle. I love this, like Google Translate, serious versus serious battle. So PyCon memes inbound. But yeah, obviously we always get the typical, like, as this is one of the things we talked about in like the videos where we were breaking down when Golden Week was potentially going to start, the fact that we always have this like daily login bonus thing for like every celebration. So obviously we've got this, we've got the missions, normal daily missions, all that typical sort of stuff just for beating stages every day. Nothing really outside the realms of the usual stuff that we see for daily missions. Then we also have Golden Week exclusive super daily missions. Does it actually specify what these are, or no, it just links to the missions for the Dokkan event medals. I wonder if there is a thing here for them upcoming. They should have been in the data download though if they were going to be anything particularly crazy. I guess those could be the ones that include like the 14 free summon tickets, but yeah, basically a whole bunch of daily missions. Then the dual Dokkan Fest, which obviously we know about, right? The Tech Kaioken Goku and the Int Hit with their two separate banners. It doesn't mention it on here specifically, but I'm assuming that these banners are going to have the 3+1 summon thing. Obviously I will talk about that. I've got a video dropping a little bit later on, like the classic summon or skip that I always do before every banner, to go over the different features of the banner, and we'll obviously be talking about discounts and tickets and all that kind of stuff, so do make sure you check that out when that drops later. But yeah, the dual Dokkan Fest, and of course, right, the new stages for the Dokkan events. Both Blue Kaioken Goku and Hit already had existing Dokkan events, so these are just stages being added to those already existing events. The Dokkan Awakening support campaign, obviously we already have seen these, right? I even clicked and they came up for this video. The missions to get the extra medals for Goku and Hit, just to make it a little bit quicker to awaken them, which is good. Then we have the new event, right? The Seriously Serious event. This is dropping straight away, like with the banners at the start of the celebration, so that is good. We also have the EX missions. We covered those in the video the other day as well. These drop at the start of the celebration as well. And then, of course, this is the banner I was talking about. The banner technically comes out at the start of the celebration with the dual Dokkan Fest banner and the other events and stuff, but obviously the tickets won't all be available. I'm not sure. I guess all the missions could be doable on day one, but obviously the banner will be there, but you won't have the tickets just yet. Then obviously we get the sales. We already know, we saw in the data download, of course, we have a blue stone, so some of the sale packs that you can buy come with the blue stones, which can then be exchanged for specific units. And of course we'll see what the list of those are once they go live. Of course all this stuff goes live at the same time when the celebration starts. Then obviously this is the typical stuff that we always see because we're going into the beginning of a new month. So there'll be the renewal of the packs that you can buy for the Link Skill Orbs and the Kai Link level training keys. Then of course this is the thing for the blue stone, right? So interestingly it shows we've got the Tech Gogeta on there. It shows the banner units from the 10th anniversary, which is kind of interesting. I'm assuming they'll be packaged with other units because the blue stone picks are usually Dokkan Fests or LRs. So at least one of those picks is going to come with one or both of these guys, which is interesting. I didn't actually get Beerus and still haven't pulled him since the anniversary, so that could be quite interesting. Then we have, of course, the Redstone. Now this one's a bit interesting because we obviously, Redstone is most of the time characters that have EZAs, and obviously some characters now that have super EZAs. But the little splash banner that we see here shows STR Kaioken and Tech Hit, which, you know, they're obviously previous iterations of the current new Dokkan Fests, and they are characters with EZAs. So actually, I say that, I'm completely forgetting. They do both have their EZAs now, right? STR Blue Kaioken, does he have it? He does, right? Am I just tripping? He's so old, I actually can't remember. And then, of course, Physical Kefla does. STR Goku and Gohan and Golden Frieza being on here is kind of interesting, though, because I mentioned them in my video yesterday when talking about characters who could potentially EZA during this celebration. And I did mention these guys, right? And the fact that the 6-year banner units have kind of been forgotten. We know that Dokkan hasn't really been keeping up with sub-EZAs, but the fact that these guys are now shown on here and potentially will be available with the red stone does make me that little bit more confident that potentially they are going to EZA along with the Tech, Gohan and Piccolo, which could be interesting for sure. Then of course we have the Kai banner, randomly comes out like an hour after the banners. And then of course the Super Saiyan Blue Goku Super EZA, which you already know about from the data download. This comes out a few days after the start of the celebration. I think he's relatively decent. Obviously I'll do a full proper showcase like once he's out and go over him, but I think he seems pretty good. New stage of Infinite Dragon Ball History, that's dropping at the very beginning of the celebration as well, so that's a nice, for those of you with an already established box, that's a fairly easy event to get some nice easy stones. Then we also have the new Battlefield reset, also dropping on the same day but a few hours after the banners. I believe this is actually a proper full reset with a new set of enemies and everything as well. So a bunch of free stones from this, as well as a little bit more interesting considering it will be a new set of characters. We also have missions being added into the Goku story and Vegeta story, red zones. I went over those in that video the other day as well. Specific category missions being added in for the fights against Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta. And then finally, right, we've been talking about this on stream a bunch, the fact that we haven't had a new stage of Super Battle Road or Extreme Super Battle Road in, it feels like, forever. So we are finally going to be getting another new stage. But this one isn't going to drop until, well, actually it's over a week from now. But we're finally getting a new stage. It doesn't even say on here which one it is, but there you go. And then, of course, the big thing from this news update, everybody's favourite event, we are going to be getting a world tournament, and it is going to be dropping on Friday the 9th. Obviously for JP it is slightly shorter than it is for global, because bear in mind all of this stuff is going to be the same for global as well. The only difference will be the world tournament, of course, being slightly shorter. So that means that the world tournament is not this next weekend upcoming, but the weekend after. So starting on Friday the 9th, which is basically Goku Day. So we're getting a Goku Day world tournament, which is interesting. The fun thing about that is you can see him on the banner that this physical Bojack should be getting his EZA. I think it's like there's the Super Saiyan Future Gohan and one other character as well are going to be getting them for this world tournament. It's a shame that they are just slightly ahead, like the Int and Tech, Kale and Caulifla from the world tournament are going to be coming up for an EZA, but I think they're just slightly too many units ahead that we won't be getting them with this particular world tournament, which is a shame because obviously Hit's team wants as many Universe 6 buffs as possible. But this guy getting an EZA could be kind of interesting. I mean, he has the same name as the STR one before he transforms, but if he gets a good EZA, he could be an interesting support unit. especially if we do finally get that new like Gohan versus Bojack sort of themed celebration that a lot of people want to see, so we can get like the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Easy A and stuff like that. This guy could end up being really good, especially if the Bojack from that new one that we end up getting starts out as full power Bojack. This guy could end up seeing some use, which would be pretty cool. So yeah, World Tournament incoming in just under 2 weeks from now. I mean, like 2 weeks from now, we will be on day 3 of the World Tournament. So keep an eye out for that. Obviously, I will be doing the World Tournament weekend special event, so we will be live throughout the weekend for that. We have new Petan that doesn't start all the way until Monday the 19th. And then we have the Intensifying Fights, a new stage. We just had the one with Super Kaioken Goku. That will be starting on Tuesday the 20th. So they're really giving us a big like look ahead of all this different stuff that's coming out, because that's a good like 3 weeks from now that Intensifying Fight stage is coming. And then yeah, we just got a whole bunch of like returning story events and Easy A's. So the big news that we weren't expecting, World Tournament in just under 2 weeks, finally getting a new stage of Extreme Super Battle Road. Everything else we pretty much knew from the data download. I definitely think the Gohan and Frieza being on that redstone thing is interesting, because they are potentially going to be getting an Easy A during the celebration, and like I said, this makes me feel a little bit more likely that that is going to happen if they are now available with the red coins. So there you go. We should see all of this same information later on Global when we get the celebration info update tonight at like reset. I'm not imagining any of it will be much different, apart from obviously the timings of the World Tournament. But let me know what you guys think of everything combined. Brigham was saying obviously he is someone who adds up a lot of the stuff when we get this celebration info. Obviously this will be extra stuff we now know in the future, but from the events that we knew about from the data download, like the first week or two of the Golden Week celebration, if you're doing all of the events and all of the missions, it was around like 300 stones that's being given out. And obviously this, we now know some stuff that's coming even a couple of weeks down the line. World Tournament gives out a decent amount if you do the like all the missions and stuff. So decent bit of content coming. Let me know what you guys think. What are you most looking forward to from the Golden Week celebration? Let me know down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.